Welcome back to the Hideaway. Big weekend planned, as you can see behind me. For those of you who have been watching my shorts, you know that I put a foundation of railroad ties in last weekend, and this weekend the big project begins. I also go back and explain something called BBF, my baby Bigfoots. That's what we're calling you guys that are watching us now. Come on, hi. Oh, and there's nothing like having your best friend with. So this weekend, we're gonna build a sawmill and we're gonna test it out. So it's gonna be all about putting it together. My friend Matt's coming up from town, and it's possible my daughter and wife, Addie and Susan, also make it out today. But busy day, I gotta get started. It's cold, it's 20 degrees, which is about -9 Celsius. And I got to keep moving in order to get this, or to keep myself warm. We're also going to go check our trail cams. It's only been a week since I was here. So far, the two over by the cabin have only shown me a couple of deer is all. So I'm not sure what's going to be going around this time of year, but let's get started. I think first what I'm going to do, the railroad ties that I put down last week, and again, go check out my latest short because it was on that short how we did that. They're just not, they've got a little bit of a twist to them. So they're kind of twisted like this, so I can't get a big flat surface to work with. I picked up some pressure treated 4x6s yesterday. So I'm going to put some gravel down, some 4x6s, make sure it's good and level. So by the time that my help arrives, we'll be able to tear into this and get this thing built. So let's get started. All right, step one, get the thing loaded up. Looks good and safe. By the way, and as you can see, the brand is Mech-Max, and this is a 26-inch saw, so it can handle 26-inch diameter logs. The track is 13 feet long, so we can do just over 10-foot long beams and boards. So those are a couple of my requirements. By the way, got it at an unbelievable sale. They're kind of new, but the reviews have been great. And we'll see. I'll do a review later, but let's get this thing unstrapped. Oh, and by the way, in that short Addie and I did last weekend, we did perfectly level these and space them for the size of the tracks, which is 2 feet 7 inches wide, 13 feet long. I have 16 feet here, so I want to make sure that I've got extra support for the full length. We're going to do this to all of these now, and we'll use more to help level them up. But then we're going to use these beams instead of the railroad ties. They'll still be heavy duty enough. All right, we got our base for our track. If you look, center to center, 2 feet 7 inches, and we look down. I don't know if you can see that. Very level. Miss Helper. Hey! But as we come in, right there. So ready to start assembling the track. All right, I got my tool area set up with all my sockets, my ratcheting box ends, an entire tool kit. I've got a reciprocating saw and a drill. So hopefully this will do. Oh, I still need a hammer. I probably should go get that, or two. It's Christmas time. We get to open it up, and Matt is here, so my helper has arrived.
Woo, baby. I know. How do you think it's gonna be laid out? Is it just gonna be parts everywhere?
No, I think they'll have it. I think they'll have it bagged. I mean, it definitely comes from overseas. Now, I don't know how these things come off.
Did you just prime? Oh, you just prime. It looks like.
Yep.
Oh, there she is.
Here is our part table.
Well, that kind of looks like a mess, but it seems like it's well packed and nothing's broken. So let's lay it all out.
Had to readjust the width because the 2 feet 7 inches is from the edges of the rails. So we just redid that. And now we're starting to build the tracks, getting put together. And you can see Charlie's helping Matt.
Best helper.
Best helper ever.
Look who came to join me.
My baby
Betsy showed up. So after trial and error and having to redo things a couple of times, we have a perfect level track right here. And Matt and I now are about to try to get the engine and the bandsaw on. So we'll see how that goes, but big first step done.
You would not believe what we just had to do to get this, probably what, 400 pounds?
Oh yeah.
Up on top of these rails with the camera woman, Addie, helping. But watch this. Woo! Got a ways to go, but the hard part is now done. Yoo-hoo!
Well, they told us 3 to 4 hours. How about 6? So there it is. We are just about to try to start it up. So, ooh, here goes. No cutting today, but rolls nice and level. Got the bands level with the rails. So once it runs and it gets some water in it, it's cutting time.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby. Let's go. It's still saying, what does that say in there? Oh, it's still saying oil. I can pull a spark plug out and see if there's any
on her.
Yep. Check for a spark too. Good morning, puppies. All right, I think I fixed the issue with starting this thing up. There's an oil sensor that goes down into the engine that if it thinks there's no oil in it, it automatically shuts down the spark. So I worked on that. It was just a loose connection. I got it fixed. So my oil light's not on, so we should be good to go. Here we go. It works. Okay, well, if you remember when I cut down this massive tree, I had that log and I couldn't pull it out with the four-wheeler last year. So I'm gonna hook it up to our car, try to pull it out with this heavy-duty rope. And that, people, should be our first log we're gonna mill. Let me go get my green thing. The first log to mill. First, I'm gonna debark it. I left the bark on to drag it over here so the sand and stuff would stay in the bark. So I'll strip all the bark off. We'll set it up there. See if I can figure out what the hell I'm doing. Oh boy. All right, time to load her up. Oh. Whew. So obviously I need a PV, maybe some ramps, since I don't have a tractor to lift this thing with. But we're about ready to get going.
Oh, look at the log dogs. Really clamped down nicely on both ends. But I also put a jack underneath here and I lifted this end up 1/2 inch because the log at the fat end is 1 inch bigger than it is at the skinny end. So if I raise it up 1/2 inch, that makes up for that full inch difference. And I should be able to get the most use out of this log, or I should say the least waste. So, oh boy, here we go. Oh, reservoir is also full of water with a little bit of dish soap like they recommended. So let's give this a run, see how it goes.
Get our water going. Fast drip, super fast drip, almost stream. Here we go. Might need to set the height first, huh? Well, let's take a really thin slice first. There we go. Oh, is that freaking nice? Wow. I'm gonna shut the water off and see what we want to do next.
All right, I got my 2 flat edges. Now I just have to decide what size boards I want to make. I think I might start with just cutting a 4x6 square. Well, I probably have more room than that, maybe an 8x8, and then I can cut that down into 2x4s from that point. So I need a bunch of 8-foot 2x4s anyway, because I'll be doing an extension on the cabin. So let's see if we can do some 8x8s.
Final cut to make this a big square block. Woo! That is a fun board. Turn my water off. Take it up a little bit so it doesn't slide down. There we go. That is a big block of wood. I might flip it over and take a little bit more out. Now I'm going to start measuring how big a block I can actually make once I flip it over. Well, there we go. Scraps over there, bark over there, and this is what the one log netted me. These are true rough cut 2x4s. They're not like the dimensional stuff you get at Home Depot or Lowe's. These are true 2x4s by just over 8 feet, so I could trim the ends. I got 12 of them. How about that? One log. I'm going to be able to build that extension on the cabin pretty darn easily. But this is going to be my work area now. Oh, you're going to see my shadows. Hi, shadow. How about we move over like this? This is the work area. Damn, am I happy I have this. And boy, am I going to have a lot of fun. Gotta have a way to move them. Hope this doesn't break this thing. Just going over there. I'm gonna put them underneath the cabin over there. Holy bugs. It's March 1st. And these things are going nuts. They're right here. Say hi. Right here from the cabin. I'm going to go underneath there, and that's where I'm going to put the logs, or I'm sorry, the 2x4s. I'm going to put them underneath so they can stay dry. I know you can't hear them, but those are the sandhill cranes returning north from their stay in Texas. They sound like pterodactyls if you ask me. Well, my BBFs, baby Bigfoots, that wraps another weekend, and don't forget, Squatchy for president. Let's go. Hey, what an amazing weekend to get this all built out. Get the help of Addie, who's filming now, Matt, who came out from town for us, having Susan, my wife, out here. It was an absolute great time. So looking forward to doing a lot more with this. Saw some great trail cam footage as well. Saw the crazy sandhill cranes flying over. Just hope you enjoyed this. I know I really did, and I look forward to a lot more days out here cutting wood and building on to the cabin. So thank you so much for watching. And again, I just did something myself. Well, not completely by myself, but you go out and do it yourself.